Manchester United are back in the Champions League. They sacked Ruben Amorim in January 2026. Michael Carrick steadied the ship. And now, with a summer transfer window opening and a squad that still has serious gaps, INEOS are ready to spend. But this is not the old Manchester United transfer window. No panic buying, no overpaying for half-fit superstars, no ego signings that look good on a press release and fall apart 6 months later. The plan this time is different. Structured, strategic, and targeted at specific positions. According to multiple reports, United are planning a minimum of 5 signings this summer. 3 central midfielders, a left winger, a center back, possibly a backup goalkeeper. We are potentially looking at over $300 million in spending, and Champions League football to offer as a sweetener. In this video, we are going through every major target, player by player, where they are coming from, what they cost, and exactly how they fit into the new Manchester United. Let us get into it.
Target 1. Mateus Fernandes, 50 million to 84 million pounds. Club, West Ham United. Position, central midfielder. Age, 21. Here is the deal that could be the smartest piece of business United do all summer. And the price depends on one thing: whether West Ham United get relegated. Mateus Fernandes is 21 years old, Portuguese, and has been arguably West Ham's best player in what looks like a relegation season. He joined the Hammers from Southampton just last summer for around 42 million pounds and has already outgrown the club around him. His tenacity in the tackle, his progressive passing, his composure on the ball in the middle of a struggling team, it has turned heads right across Europe. As of this week, up to 10 clubs are reportedly monitoring him, including Arsenal, PSG, Manchester City, and Chelsea. But United have moved fastest. Team Talk confirmed this week that United have already made direct contact with Fernandes' representatives, and the player is understood to be extremely keen on making the move to Old Trafford. And here's the detail that makes this even more interesting. United captain Bruno Fernandes, no relation, has personally talked up his compatriot's credentials to United officials and recommended the club sign him. When your captain is doing the recruitment for you, that is a powerful signal. Now, fee. West Ham have set their asking price at $84 million if they stay up. But if they are relegated, and as of this week they sit in the bottom 3 with 2 games remaining, that figure drops significantly, potentially to $50 to $60 million. United are watching West Ham's final 2 matches of the season very closely. At just 21, with his best years completely ahead of him, Fernandes fits the INEOS model perfectly. Young, hungry, Premier League proven, and desperate to compete at the highest level. He could form a long-term midfield partnership with Kobbie Mainoo that United fans would be talking about for years. This might be the one deal this summer where the timing works entirely in United's favor.
Target 2. Elliot Anderson, 90 million to 120 million pounds. Club, Nottingham Forest. Position, central midfielder. Age, 23. This is United's number 1 target, their dream signing. The player internally ranked above every other name on their midfield list. Elliot Anderson joined Nottingham Forest from Newcastle United in the summer of 2024 for just £35 million. And in 2 seasons at the City Ground, he has turned himself into one of the best young midfielders in England. He is box-to-box, intelligent, press-resistant, and can cover ground at a rate that very few midfielders in the Premier League can match. He is expected to partner Declan Rice in the heart of England's midfield at the 2026 World Cup this summer. United want him as the new heartbeat of their midfield, the kind of player who sets the tempo, wins the ball back, makes the team function, and drags them to the level required in the Champions League. The problem? Forest know exactly what they have. Their asking price is between $90 million and $120 million. United's hierarchy has made it clear they will not pay $120 million. And according to reports from ESPN and BBC Sport, INEOS will walk away if Forest hold firm at that figure.
Manchester City are also in the race, and Sky Sports report City are currently in pole position for his signature. This is the transfer that defines United's summer. If they get Anderson, everything else falls into place around him. If they lose him to City, it is back to the drawing board on their number one priority. The player himself is said to be keen on Old Trafford. It all comes down to the fee.
Target 3. Bruno Guimarães, £69 million to £80 million. Club, Newcastle United. Position, central midfielder. Age, 28. If Anderson goes to City, Bruno Guimarães becomes the alternative. And what an alternative he is. The Brazilian is Newcastle's captain, one of the best midfielders in the Premier League over the past 3 seasons, and a player that departing United veteran Casemiro has personally recommended to club officials. That recommendation carries serious weight. Casemiro knows exactly what United need in the engine room, and his verdict on Guimarães is clear. Multiple reports, including Reuters, have claimed that advanced talks have already taken place, and that Guimarães has agreed personal terms on a move to Old Trafford. He reportedly wants to leave, and his representatives are already pushing Newcastle to agree a fee with United. At 28, he is an experienced, proven Premier League operator who could walk straight into the first team and make an immediate difference. The reported fee sits around £69 million, though Newcastle will push for significantly more given that he is their captain and irreplaceable in their system. Real Madrid have also been mentioned as suitors, which adds a complication to proceedings. The main consideration here is age. At 28, there is limited long-term sell-on value, and United under INEOS are prioritizing youth and long-term building. But as a short to medium-term solution alongside Kobbie Mainoo and a younger third midfielder, Guimarães is an elite-level operator who would transform United's midfield immediately.
Target 4. Sandro Tonali, £65 million to £75 million. Club, Newcastle United. Position, central midfielder. Age, 28. Yes, United want 2 players from Newcastle's midfield, and Sandro Tonali is very much in the conversation alongside Guimarães. The Italian returned from his 10-month gambling ban in 2024 and has been one of Newcastle's standout performers ever since. Disciplined, tenacious, technically excellent, a natural leader in the middle of the park. He is exactly the type of defensive midfielder who could play alongside Kobbie Mainoo and allow him to express himself higher up the pitch, giving United the balance and structure they have been desperately missing. Reports indicate that Tonali is keen to leave Newcastle specifically to play Champions League football, something Newcastle cannot currently offer him. United can. And that desire to play at the highest level is a major factor in why this deal is very much alive, despite the complexity of United's Newcastle negotiations. The fee is more manageable than most of United's other targets. Reports suggest a deal could be struck in the range of £65 to £75 million, which for a player of Tonali's quality and experience would represent genuine value. Newcastle will drive a hard bargain, but with Tonali pushing for the exit, their negotiating hand is weakened. A midfield of Tonali, Mainoo, and either Anderson or Fernandes alongside them would give United exactly the balance they have been missing for years. Aggressive, dynamic, technically sound, and built to win the ball back at the highest level. Target 5. Carlos Baleba, around £55 million. Club, Brighton and Hove Albion. Position, central midfielder. If the bigger midfield moves do not come off, or if United land 2 of the above and want a younger third option to complete the engine room, Carlos Baleba from Brighton is firmly on the list. United have admired Baleba for a long time. Director of Football Jason Wilcox reportedly contacted Brighton last summer to explore the conditions of a deal, and was told it was impossible at the time. Since then, Baleba has had a difficult season by his own standards, and there is a growing sense that his head has been turned by United's sustained interest. The Cameroonian midfielder has enormous potential. He is powerful, dynamic, capable of dominating physically in central midfield, and breaking up play with an aggression that is difficult to coach. Brighton are notoriously tough negotiators, but Baleba's dip in form this season means his asking price may be lower than it would have been 12 months ago.
a deal could realistically be done around the £55 million mark. The caveat, and this is important, is that he cannot be the headline signing. He needs to be a supporting act alongside a more proven operator. But as part of a rebuilt midfield unit, Baleba is a high-ceiling addition that could pay dividends for years.
Target 6. Anthony Gordon, £80 million to £100 million. Club, Newcastle United. Position, left winger. United's departure of Alejandro Garnacho, sold to Chelsea, left a significant hole on the left flank. Marcus Rashford is gone, and Anthony Gordon is the player United have identified to fill that void. The England international has been one of the most consistent wide players in the Premier League over the past 2 seasons. Direct, relentless, a constant threat in behind defenders, and capable of scoring and creating at a high level. He is exactly the type of winger that suits modern high-pressing football, the direction United are moving towards under their new structure. United have reportedly already submitted a significant offer. Reports from TransferFeed suggest United were prepared to go to between 80 and 100 million pounds earlier in 2026. However, Newcastle are holding firm at 90 to 115 million pounds, and Arsenal are also pushing hard for his signature. The complication here is obvious. United are simultaneously trying to sign Tonali and possibly Guimarães from the same Newcastle club. Attempting to take 3 players from one rival in a single window is a diplomatic and financial challenge of significant proportions. But Gordon, at 24, is the exact profile United need. Young, English, Premier League proven, Champions League hungry, and ready to take the next step. United will push hard on this one. Whether Newcastle allow it is another matter entirely in fiction. Target 7. Jarrad Branthwaite, £60 million to £75 million. Club, Everton. Position, centre back. The long-running saga that refuses to end. Manchester United have been tracking Jarrad Branthwaite since he was a teenager at Carlisle United. They tried to sign him in the summer of 2024 and were turned down. They reignited interest in January 2025, and as of April 2026, United held direct talks with Branthwaite's representatives, and the player himself is said to be genuinely keen on making the move to Old Trafford. Why do United want him so badly? Because left-footed center backs who are young, tall, composed on the ball, and Premier League ready are extraordinarily rare. Branthwaite ticks every single box. He reads the game well, is commanding in the air, technically capable of playing out from the back, and has the physical profile to lead a defense at the highest level for a decade. Everton's asking price sits in the range of 60 to 75 million pounds. United consider this fair and reasonable given the player's age and profile. Branthwaite himself has indicated he is unlikely to sign a new deal at Goodison Park, which puts Everton in a position where they must sell or risk losing him for less in a future window. Of all the deals on this list, this is arguably the most straightforward, providing both clubs can agree on the final number. Hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which of these signings do you think United will actually complete? And which one do you want most? Let us talk. See you in the next one.